In connection with this subject, it's necessary to refer to a riddle or a paradox which arises out of it. The son is supposed to move in the womb of his mother for 10 months and then drop into the netherworld. In other words, as soon as the child came out of the womb, he was invisible. And while in ordinary cases a child becomes visible as soon as it is brought into the world, here was an idea, or rather an apparent contradiction between two ideas, which the Vedic poets were not slow to seize upon and evolve a riddle from it. Thus we have seen that the son is described as being invisible to one who made him, evidently meaning his mother. We again meet with the same riddle, for it says, "Younger mother carries in secret the boy confined. She does not yield him to the father. People do not see before them his fading face, laid down in the areti." We also can further read, "All the clever immortals did not find the calf through sojourning around us. The attentive gods, wearing themselves, following his footsteps, stood at the highest beautiful standing place of Agni." The same idea is expressed, which says, "Who amongst you has understood this secret? The calf has by itself given birth to its mother. The germ of many, the great seer, moving by its own strength, comes forward from the lap of the active one." It is the story of the hidden Agni, who is described as having long resided in the long darkness, who eventually comes out as a child of waters. The epithet child of waters, as applied to Agni, is usually explained as referring to the lightning produced by the clouds. But this explanation does not account for the fact of his long residence in darkness. The puzzle or the riddle is, however, satisfactorily solved by our Arctic theory, combined with cosmic circulation of aerial waters. The son, who moves in the interior of heaven and earth for 10 months, as in the womb of his mother, naturally suggested to the Vedic poets a parallel idea of the period of 10 months gestation. But the wonder was that, while a child is visible to all as soon as it's born, the son became invisible at just a time when he came out of the womb. Where did he go? Was he locked up in a wooden chest or bound down with leather straps in the region of waters? Why did the mother not present him to the father after he was safely delivered? Was he safely delivered? These questions naturally arise out of the story, and the Vedic poets appear to take delight in reverting again and again to the same paradox in different places. And what applies to Surya, or the sun, applies to Agni as well. There are many passages in Rig Veda where Agni is identified with the sun. Thus, Agni is said to be the light of heaven in the bright sky, waking at dawn, the head of heaven, and he is described as having been born on the other side of the air. In Aitareya Brahmana, we are further told that the sun, when setting, enters into Agni and is reproduced from the latter, and the same identification appears to be alluded to in the passages from Rig Veda where Agni is said to unite with the light of the sun, or to shine in heaven. The story of concealing the child after 10 months of gestation, whether applied to Agni or to Surya, is thus only a different version of the story of the disappearance of the sun from the upper hemisphere after 10 months of sunshine. But what became of the child, Kumara, who disappeared this way? Was he lost forever, or again restored to his parents? How did the father, or even the mother, obtain the child so lost? Someone must bring the child to them, and this task seems to be entrusted to Rebus, or the Ashvins in Rig Veda. Thus the Rebus are said to have united the mother with the calf, and the Ashvins are described as having given to Vadrimati a child called Golden Hand. The story of restoring Vishnapu to Vishvaka and of giving milk to Shayu's cow probably refer to the same phenomenon of bringing back the morning sun to its parents. And from this, it is but a small step to the story of Kumera, which is literally translated as a child, one of the names of Karatikiya in the Puranas. It is this Kumera, or the once hidden, or dropped child, rising along with the 7 rivers or mothers in the morning, that led the army of the gods, or light, and walked victoriously along the Devayana path. He was the leader of days, the army of gods, and as the Maruts were allies of Indra in the conflict with Vitra, Kumaira, or the child, meaning the morning sun, may be, by a turn of mythological kaleidoscope, very well called the son of Rudra, the later representative of the Maruts, or said to have been born of Agni who dwelt in the waters, or be described as the son of 7 or 6 Kritikas. As the morning sun has to pierce his way through the aperture of Al-Burs, temporarily closed by Vitra, this child can again be well termed piercer of the Karuncha mountain, epithet applied to him in the Puranas. But we're not here concerned with the myth which the child of the morning attained latter mythology. We took up the legends of the Ashvin with a view to see if there were any incidents in them which became intelligible only in the Arctic theory, and in the foregoing examination of the legends shows that we're not searched in vain. The expression Dasha Mashya in the legend of Saptavadri and Dashma Yuga in that of Durga Thomas directly indicate a period of 10 months sunshine, and we have seen that 3, 10, or 100 continuous nights are also referred to directly or metaphorically in some of these legends. With again such expressions as the sun sleeping in darkness, or in the lap of Niriti, which show the actual and not metaphorical darkness was intended. In short, the sun, sunk into a netherworld of waters and darkness, and not merely a winter sun, is the burden of all these legends, and the achievements of the Ashvins refer to the rescue of the sun from the dark pit of the netherworld, from the bottomless ocean or darkness. The vernal and Arctic theories are both solar in character, and in either case, the legends are interpreted on the supposition that they represent some solar phenomenon. But the Arctic theory does not stop with the decay of the sun's power in winter, but goes a step further in making the long darkness of that circumpolar region the natural basis of many important Vedic legends. And in our foregoing discussion of the myth of the Ashvins, it's clearly shown on a wider basis, like the one supplied by the Arctic theory, was not only desirable but necessary for a proper explanation of these legends, a fact which in its turn further corroborates and establishes the new theory.